The long contested rape case against the University of Cape Town UCT academic, already dodged by allegations of institutional obstruction and a purported offer to drop charges in exchange for a degree, has taken a dramatic new turn. The complainant is now accused suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya of sabotaging her docket. She has further implicated former Police Minister Bheki Cele, alleging he was complicit in efforts to derail the case. Police insiders, however, insist Sibiya's involvement was limited. They maintain the National Police Commissioner General Fani Masemula escalated the matter to Sibiya in his role as head of detectives. According to sources, Sibiya then tasked a senior investigator with re-examining the file. That team reportedly interviewed 6 newly identified witnesses but concluded there was no substantive evidence to corroborate the complaint's version of events. This account directly clashes with the complainant's latest claim, outlined in a strongly worded letter of demand sent on Sunday, August 17, addressed to Western Cape Police Boss Lieutenant Thembisile Patekile and others. The letter accuses Sibiya of corruptive behavior and obstructing justice. Central to her demand is proof of cell phone tower records that could verify her and alleged perpetrator's location on the night in question. The case, first opened at Woodstock Police Station in February 2022, has long attracted scrutiny from government. Higher Education Minister Buti Manamela recently confirmed that his office will request a full report from UCT on its handling of the matter. At the core of the complaint's latest accusation is a recorded meeting she attended with Sibiya, witnessed by her legal representatives and rape survivor organizations. She alleges that during this meeting, Sibiya conceded that a lead investigator, Captain Reineveld, had a conflict of interest, yet was nevertheless reassigned to the reopened docket. To the complainant, this concession underscored a deeply flawed process. She claims it illustrates a broader pattern of obstruction and collusion between the SAPS and the UCT, and said, "I have confirmed objective evidence of police tampering and collusion with the University of Cape Town in obstructing this rape docket." She further linked her allegations to recent explosive testimony from Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who has publicly described high-level corruption within the police service, and said the recent allegations by the brave whistleblower Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi have highlighted the corruption of yourself and your counterparts in relation to this docket. Her demand letter issues a 7-day ultimatum for the release of the disputed cell phone tower records. Should police fail to comply, she vows to take immediate legal action. This proceeding will place on record all your corruptive behavior as the SAPS, inclusive of the same behavior on previous rape victims in the same institution, all of which has already been placed on record via affidavits with evidence attached. The complainant's frustration is amplified by apparent contradictions within the SAPS responses. In February 2023, the Public Protector Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane submitted a parliamentary question about the UCT case, citing new evidence. Masemula replied that the case had been withdrawn but later reopened, with 6 new witnesses identified. He added that the relevancy of the fresh evidence will be determined by prosecutors. Separately, Western Cape Police correspondents in January 2023 confirmed substantial grounds for the contravention of the SAPS disciplinary codes by officers involved in the case and promised disciplinary steps, but the complainant says she has received no update since. As the matter stands, question of accountability remain unanswered. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.